4:30. I've been up about 15 minutes probably. Haven't checked messages. The only thing I've even clicked on the phone is to see the temperature, so I know what to put on when I'm about to walk outside and make this video here. What's up? What's up? I'm gonna turn this on here. What's up, guys? Guess what time it is? It's 4:30 in the morning. You don't have to start at 4:30 in the morning. Me starting at 4:30 in the morning, though, gives me at least 90 minutes, 2 more hours before I see another single person, right? It gives me time to do the things through the day that I'm not going to do, which is work out and do cardio and make this video, right? First thing, it's accountability. The most important thing I've got in my head today is something I've said probably 100 times in the last 2 years on one of these videos, and it's how you view what you do affects how you do what you do. How you view what you do affects how you do what you do. A man named Inky Johnson said that. If you don't like listening to me, go listen to him. If you like listening to me, go listen to him. Either way, go check him out. He's got an amazing story, Inky Johnson. My kids have actually seen him speak in person. He goes around to schools and stuff and huge corporate events and all kinds of stuff. But how you view what you do affects how you do what you do. Think about that. If you don't view what you're doing as important, you're not going to do it in an important manner. If you're just dabbling in whatever it is you're doing, you're not going to do it as though it's important, right? So it's never going to really happen for you because it's not important to you. Until you decide that the shit you are doing is important, it's never going to make a difference. You're never going to do it at the level that you can. You might make a little money at it. You might make a little difference in the mirror in your body, right? Your food storage, your self-sufficiency, your production. I think at this point, I've been doing these videos for a few years now, and I think at this point, if you're still watching these videos, you probably agree that things are changing, right? We went through all the COVID nonsense, made a bunch of videos. A year or two before the COVID nonsense, we made a bunch of videos, but they're all applicable, whether it's making money, whether it's making self-sufficiency, whether it's producing food. There is an attack on food right now, right? And we all talk about it. Hundreds of us get on my live videos every night. I do a live video every single night on YouTube around 9 o'clock. We can talk for 30 minutes. We can talk for 2 hours. It just depends on how good the conversation is and how many times I feel like saying the same thing over and over. Because really, those videos are all the same thing if you stop and think about them. Topic a little different, application, and it's all the same thing. The application's the same, the topic's just a little different. When I tell you guys buy food, right? I'm not just buying a couple of flowers or a couple of seeds, right? That greenhouse over there, aquaponics over here, all these raised beds, all these other raised beds that are set up, the 20 plus things of potatoes over there. It's all food production. The birds, we brought in almost 100 birds this weekend alone, right? Because bird flu, right? They're killing all these birds. Whether you think the bird flu is real or not, it doesn't change the fact that they are killing all these birds. They've killed over 5 million in the United States in like the last just 3 weeks. Look that up. Don't take what I'm saying, okay? How you view what you do affects how you do what you do. Do you believe that there is an attack on your ability to feed yourself? Do you think there is an attack on your ability to be able to go to the grocery store and do what you want? If you're not aware, Walmart's goal in the next 18 months is to have over 40% of their customers no longer come to Walmart. They're setting up fulfillment centers just like Amazon has. They're doing all this online ordering. You notice when you go into a store now, everywhere's pick and pull. Half the people in the store are pulling orders for people that are never going to come in the store. They don't want you to go to the store. When you go to the store and you can't pick out the type of toilet paper you want, and they have one kind or two kinds of toilet paper, they don't want you to be able to be mad at the manager or the customer or whoever's in the store, right? Somebody's gonna come to your house. They're going to drop off a bunch of shit, and before you realize half your stuff's not there or your option you want is not there, that dude's going to drive away. The dude that brings your stuff to the store to your door isn't going to have anything to do with your hate, your anger, or your frustration, whatever, right? If there is some certain thing that you feel is of importance, if you want expensive toilet paper that's 3-ply, go buy that shit. And a lot of times we are stuck on, Walmart or Amazon or whatever, right? That thing that you want, that you've been able to just conveniently get. When it becomes unavailable, it's usually still available someplace else. I can tell you right now, I got a bunch of emails last week. Not I heard somebody say it. I got a bunch of emails from hatcheries that I have bought chickens from in the past that said they are not shipping any chickens due to the bird flu. They're going around right now, anybody within 5 miles of a bird flu incident, and they're making them terminate their chickens. And that doesn't just go for poultry farms. That doesn't just go for chicken places that grow live chickens. That doesn't go for just egg farms. That goes for people that produce baby birds that ship out. And that goes for backyard flocks as well. They're euthanizing and they're killing people's personal chickens on their little ranches, little farms, little hobby farm stuff. So I can tell you, I got a bunch of emails, places that shut down, and other people I know forwarded me emails they got from other hatcheries, big ones, main go-to places where everybody gets their birds. I can tell you where to get birds right now. It'll ship out to you. You can order them today on Monday, and they'll ship out on Tuesday. And if you want to run the risk, I bought barred rocks, and I wanted to get 50. They only had 30 or so, 40. So you can go out on your delivery date one week, and they have 120 that'll be hatching out. I didn't want to run the risk that they're going to shut it down, so I ordered a bunch that will ship today, and then I will order more that will ship in 5, 6, 7 days also, and hopefully they'll still be shipping out of the state they're coming from. I can tell you where to get that. There's an option for almost everything, but the options are getting tighter and tighter, smaller and smaller, and they cost more than they did last year, and they definitely cost more than they did 2 years ago or 4 years ago. Somebody on my live feed said, what do you do if your spouse isn't on board? The sad thing is, after all these years of you dabbling, that's what he said, she called it, right? And who knows the perception of it? He might be disgruntled. I don't know him personally. So who knows if we met her, how it would really seem to us. But his frustration was enough that he said something. And he's like, how do I get my wife on board? She just kind of makes fun of me and a dabbling. I don't know. She'd do it in a fun way. Maybe that's just her way of staying sane. And she knows that you're the man. She relies on you to care. That's what women do, right? They rely on men. They pick a strong mate because she feels safe and she knows you will take care of her and her cubs. That's the animal way, right? They pick a strong mate typically. Unfortunately, humans a lot of times have the capacity to think through things, and maybe she settled. She didn't take the strongest physical dude, but took the strongest financial dude that would take care of her and her children, right? Maybe that's the case. So, unfortunately, I don't know how to get her on board. But if she's not, maybe she knows, right? Maybe she's just relying on you and she doesn't want to put that in her head. I'm of the belief that everything you put in your head pushes something out of your head. Especially as I get older, that seems to be the case more and more. It's just because the things that I used to have in my head aren't as important anymore. I'm putting things in my head, and I'm making a conscious effort to only allow things in my head that are of importance. So that's all I got. I'm kind of running in different directions. 4:30-ish, 4:35 probably. I have chickens all over here. They never used these. This is a new set of birds that we brought up over the winter. And I don't know if you can see them. They're all over the place over here. All out here in the grass. I guess because they're just eating and the lights have bugs in the grass, perhaps. I've just never seen that. I'm going to go in here and do cardio. I'm going to work out again. I worked out last night at about 8 o'clock. Feel it. Means I got a good workout. That's kind of how I judge those. And you guys have a great day, man. Have a great day. Remember, you can influence somebody through the day. And maybe it's not somebody you know. Maybe it is somebody you know. Be careful with the people you know. You can only tell them the same things over and over until you're just wasting your time. If you get around those people that you see over and over, and they always have the same conversation, evaluate. Does it add to you? Does it take from you? If it doesn't add something positive to you, get away from them. You can have the conversation for a minute or two, but limit yourself. Don't get stuck talking to somebody about some shit you don't want to talk about over and over and over. Hey Bob, what's up, man? Hey, I'm super busy. I want to hear what you have to say. Give it to me in 2 minutes. And if it's worth having, go past 2 minutes. If it's not, you've already set that boundary. Use your time. Be nice to somebody you don't have to be nice to today. You'll be surprised how your day changes. You guys have a great morning. All right, we're at 4:50, and now I'll get started. When I load these videos, just a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, even less than that, I would load a video on Instagram, and it would auto post it to Facebook. It doesn't do that the same anymore. And now Facebook has become Meta and all that nonsense. When you post it to Instagram, it actually pulls it out of your cache on your phone. They want you to share it from Instagram to Facebook, and you can't post it other places. So you have to post it first to other places. And the reason I don't want to just share it is because when they ban my account, it will remove all that content that's been there. So if somebody starts watching me on one platform and it's shared over from Facebook or from Instagram, then it's gone. I'll wear the same pair of shoes over and over and over, and when they get dirty or end up in mud, that over time these shoes just start breaking down. They're probably not the best thing to be putting a lot of miles on, so I decided last night I'd break out another pair, and I'm gonna leave them just right here so that when I'm done doing, oh, this one's broken, this must be why I had it sitting there. Shit, looks like I'm wearing these shoes this morning. I'm gonna have another pair just sitting here to just do cardio and work out, and then put these, because inevitably if I put that clean pair, if I wear them out of here, they'll end up outside or something. These speed laces break on these things, and they have a replacement kit, so you just basically relace them, which I have a bunch of. I just have to do it. Speed laces breaking are typically like if you close them in the door or something. Out of hundreds of pairs of Solomons that I've had, and I know most people say that, and it's an exaggeration when they say that. I've actually had hundreds of pairs of Solomons. I've had, I don't know, 3-4 break maybe, and I've never had them like break for no reason. And you can buy a replacement kit. I think it's like $20. You should have some on hand. Or Solomon's your jam, if that's what you typically use over and over. What just happened here? Why did it do that? I have no idea what just happened with this treadmill. Well, it just turned off like that. Letting it clear. It's got to be something I did. Alright, looks like we're started. It's 5:12, and this video is just finishing up on Instagram. Almost 20 minutes into cardio right now. Holy shit. So 5:36, did some shoulder workout. Made the mistake of looking at TikTok. Buddy Jason shared some of my posts, and he's got a bunch of his followers come over and start commenting on my stuff. And I'm reading about the aquaponics, right? Everybody's a fucking expert. I've got dudes telling me that aquaponics system with all that green in the tank, that's not safe for my 83-year-old grandma, blah, blah, blah. You're not growing anything. Where's your media? Motherfuckers, I've used that system for 3 years. It's produced thousands of pounds of food out of that system. It's amazing how everybody has input, and then when you click on their page, there's nothing they've fucking done that has shit to do with aquaponics. They have no photos of anything at all on their pages that's doing what you do, but everybody has some input, and that's the difference, right? I curated my page. When dudes would come around and talk shit on Facebook, I would just block them and remove them, and I haven't done that on TikTok. And I think that in the long run, I have fucked myself on that, because it just removes comments. And like Rogan says, you know, never look at your comments. I feel in the beginning of your pages, you need to look at your comments and reply to the people commenting. It shows appreciation and it gives them dialogue. Maybe you've got something to teach them and they come back. And when you ban a dude, he sees your shit for a little while, just can't comment, and then it goes away and he doesn't ever see your shit anymore because it's not in his algorithm. Double-edged sword, but it's just a trip. I read these and I start typing. I'm like, man, fuck these guys. They don't deserve any of my fucking time. But I am on TikTok. I'm on TikTok. I think it's SOE Tactical Gear on TikTok. You can check it out. It's a little bit different content than other places. So, and if you watch these videos on YouTube, I put a ton of other stuff on Instagram that doesn't go on YouTube. So if you like the stuff I'm saying here, you'll probably enjoy the stuff I say over on the other platforms. It's about 6:05. I'm gonna go in there and eat something. Put all this back in my pockets before I forget it. I got another hour before I see another person here, so I'll make something to eat real fast. Eggs, grits, MCT oil, and then emails. So now what? What do you do with them?
Eat them.
Aren't they kind of like, they got a little bit of grease on them or something?
Oh yeah, then you would wash them off.
We'll just wash them in the sink, like soap and water or vinegar or what?
I would use probably vinegar and water on a rag and wipe them off, label them, and they're ready to eat.
Right on. Where are you labeled?
I have removable labels that I put on the lids.
Shouldn't we maybe label the faces so you don't have to move them off the shelves? They won't stick. It's pretty dark out. First breakfast. Kind of overcast, clouds moving really fast. We're supposed to have some weather coming in around 7 or 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. It's supposed to be pretty rough. It's supposed to continue. Another storm coming in after that. I guess these eggs on the ground, we'll go ahead and pull these suckers, start collecting those up. She's laying on eggs. Some of the others are laying on eggs. I just don't have a way to know which ones are which, but the fresh ones on this one here has been sitting, and that's a brand new bird. Like that bird are one of the ones we brought up over the winter. I think those are astrolops, astrolop. I think that's what we got babies of yesterday. See if any of these suckers hatch out in the next couple weeks here. I thought about marking them with a Sharpie, just a little dot, but I know hens peck at stuff that's just little dots, so I was concerned they'd just break the eggs. I was just coming in the kitchen and realized we have a bunch of trays of freeze-dried raw eggs. That's 120 eggs to be exact. We produce a lot. We have more birds coming online, so we're getting more and more eggs right now. We send them home with the employees. We're going to start giving them to other people, but when we have a bunch, too many, we just crack them. Amanda cracks them. Uses a little blender because you need to pop the yolks because the yolks are higher fat and they won't freeze dry, so you have to blend them up a little. She has a little hand blender she uses, and then she'll take these from here, bust them into pieces. You can put them in a blender and make powder or whatever you want to do with them. We take them into little pieces and then put them in Mylar bags just like these. Why would you do this? You can water glass. You can keep them in the fridge, you know. You can keep eggs in the fridge for a considerably, long time. Not your grocery store eggs, but your chicken eggs that come from your chickens. These here, these will stay here for weeks, if not a month, 2 months sometimes. But these, when you freeze dry them, are good for 30 years. And why do they say 30 years? Because the technology's been around 30. So in 40 years, we might be telling people they're good for 40 years. And this requires no electricity. You can water glass them, which is cool. Leaves a completely raw, intact egg inside of a liquid solution. And that gives you a year. But there's never been a time in the last 3-4 years where we haven't had more eggs every day than we need. So we just weren't going to water glass them. But this, super light, weighs nothing, and it'll outlast me. So in case you're wondering, yes, the storm has showed up. I just moved all these under here. They're sitting in water right now. I'll dump some of that water out so they're not drowning. It lit up. I went to get the camera, it lit up. Amanda's at Walmart about 15 miles from here, and it was way worse than this, and it was hailing all over the place. The whole parking lot was covered. Plants getting a good drink, awnings working. There's a crack, well, that's where 2 panels meet. It has sagged a little. It didn't used to do that. We'll probably address that. They've got these H-channel pieces you put in there that we didn't install. Everybody's gone for the day. Today is Monday. Not a lot happening outside other than rain. Won't be doing a whole lot of work out here tonight. Thunder's pretty good. You can see the sun is up out here still. Somewhere over there is the sun. It's pretty bright. Storm's here. Looks like clear skies over there, so we're in for a lot more storm. The real storm's supposed to be here tomorrow, 7, 8 a.m.-ish, and then there's another storm coming behind that one.
Man, I'm talking about Willis, one of the realest to try. My family, SOE, got the tools to survive. Yeah.